Welcome back to Not Man Enough Podcast, and we have a special sports edition because college football is at the end of the season, and we're kind of loving it. So there's a lot going on right now. It's just me and Matt, and we're going to talk about first. I thought it would be interesting just to kind of rank what we think about the coaching hires this year, because this has been the craziest year I have ever seen in my entire life with coaching hires.
Oh yeah.
It's been like chaotic. So it's been entertaining. This is the first year that I believe that I was just as entertained by the coaching hires.
Yeah.
Almost as the games on the field, which probably isn't good, but it was just, man, I don't know. I found it fascinating. Anyway, yeah, so let's just, I guess we'll just go down this list that I have in no particular order at all. But as a matter of fact, it's in the particular order that ChatGPT.
Yeah, what ChatGPT determines is the order.
Don't judge.
Which, hey, I like that they threw Arkansas at the top of the list of the Power Five.
Probably because I had to add them. I was like, no, you're missing Arkansas.
yeah, they're like, Arkansas?
Arkansas.
Where's that?
Yeah. This is an interesting one. I actually start with the Razorbacks. This is a difficult one. This is. It's kind of one of those things. It's like I'm 50-50 on. I think it could be really good.
Yeah, same.
But then is it just one of those hires that like okay, let me say, I think it's probably possibly one of the better hires they've done.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is in the past, they just kind of went with these big splash names of like these high octane offensive guys. Like, what was it? Chad, what was his name?
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, see, that's how bad it was.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But you know who I'm talking about,
yeah,
right?
I'm pretty bad with a lot of coaches' names. Like, I remember a little bit about them, but
okay.
It's like there's a few that stand out to me, but not all of them.
And then I
know who you're referring to, but I don't know his name.
Yeah, and then they went with Sam Pittman, which was kind of like the guy that just loved Arkansas and wanted to be there, but he never had a head coaching job. And so I think Ryan Silverfield, I think he could be good. We're gonna do I guess we'll rank them A, B, C, D, F. I mean, I don't know if anybody's gonna be an F on here, but
yeah, I don't know of any F hires.
I think there's a lot to be proven here, but I do seeing him come in, and it seems like he realizes that NIL is a big deal. I think he kind of lives in that world.
Yeah.
Memphis has been a decent team, and he's getting decent teams out of not great talent there. Not top tier talent. Let's say that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that this for me right now is a C. I think it's middle. Like, I don't think you can say it's bad.
Yeah.
I don't think it's great. We just don't know.
You just don't know. I mean, anytime you hire a guy, I feel like that's out of the like group of five or something like that, it's always hard to tell of like how he'll handle like you can look and say, okay, well, they beat Arkansas this year, so this guy's pretty legit or whatever. And I think he's like his record at Memphis is really good. It's really good. But and he seems like he's kind of got that like I don't know what you call, almost like dog type mentality, like the I'm not going to take any crap. And stuff. I mean, that kind of showed in the game against Arkansas, where it's like they just didn't give up. It's like it's just they just fought. They're really scrappy.
Yeah.
So I think that's what Arkansas needs. I think that was the problem with Sam Pittman. Same with like somewhere like Auburn too. It's like they always just seem to hire these guys who kind of are just like defeated. It's like they just accept that they are going to suck.
Well, the thing is like you have someone like Sam Pittman who was so gung-ho at the beginning, but once he got punched in the mouth and realized, it's almost like the team fed off of his negative. Like,
that's what,
you could see the joy leave his face. out of like coaching and stuff like that, and it just seemed to spread to the team.
It does, and it inevitably spreads to the team of if you have that kind of mentality.
Yeah,
but
if it affects you. Yeah,
I'm gonna give it a B, mainly because I'm an Arkansas fan and I'm a little more optimistic. Like I hope. But I've watched a little bit of him. I haven't kept up super close with him, but I think he could be really good. Like I think just as a player's coach, like I think he could get some guys to actually play hard,
All right, so you talked me into it. I'm looking at his record. Ryan Silverfield's record as head coach at Memphis was 50-25 over 7 seasons. He had 4 straight bowl wins, including back-to-back 10-win seasons. And I think that he also had a pretty good record against top 10 teams. Am I right in that? I don't remember.
Yeah, it was like 2-2 or something like that, I think.
So
like that.
You know what? I'm going to let you talk me into this, and I'm going to go B-. So can we settle on a B-?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say B-. Yeah.
Okay.
And I would agree with that just because same thing like you're saying, which is going to be a lot of these coaches aren't going to get really high scores because you haven't really proved he's proved himself at Memphis.
Yeah.
That's why he got the job. They looked at it and they're like, okay, we like this guy. But it's like sometimes, like you said, you see these guys come over from smaller schools or whatever, and it's like, and they do super good. And then sometimes you see them where it's like, oh, you were a diamond over here, but then you come into the big boys league, and it's like, okay, it's a lot tougher.
I think at at Memphis, you get enough play against good teams.
They do.
To kind of get an idea. I think that Sam Pittman, again, is a great assistant coach, and he was a likable guy. But, man, when you show on your face that it almost like he lost belief in – he didn't have a system that he believed in, it seemed like. It almost like his system fell apart, like when it wasn't working, and it's like he lost confidence, and it just seemed like he was just throwing anything at the wall to make it work at that point.
Yeah.
And I think it was sensed by the team, and I think he lost the team. Yeah. So,
I mean, I told you that. And you've seen that a lot. I think that was what was happening a lot this year is coaches just losing the team and some of them might have just been fed up with the whole system of the NIL and transfer portal and it's like they just don't like it, just don't really just kind of gave up. And it's like, I don't even necessarily blame some of them maybe over that, but yeah, I think you've seen that a lot though.
Yeah, I need to start checking off the list what we're doing because I don't know if we're going to go in order here. I said we're going to go in order, but I'm like, do we really want to do Lane Kiffin now?
yeah. No, we can save it. I mean, we're not going to forget. We're not going to forget that one.
No,
not with you in here. You're definitely not forgetting that one. I don't think the whole college world is forgetting that one.
Yeah.
We could jump down a conference. So you go to Big Ten.
Yeah, let's go to Big Ten. Let's do that.
You talk about Michigan.
Michigan, what a mess.
Yeah.
Kyle Whittingham. I don't know. I don't know about this one. Utah is typically good.
Yeah. He's had a good record with them.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that was
they needed somebody quick.
Yeah, I think it was more of we're going to hire someone we know is reliable and, knows the conference, knows, all that. So it's like, I think that was more of it than it was. Because in all honesty, if Michigan would have been in the running, same time LSU, Florida, all of them, it's like someone even like Lane Kiffin, there would have been more talks of Michigan would be able to throw their weight around a little bit more to maybe sway some of those bigger names. They
definitely have the money.
Yeah. And just the name. I mean, they're the winningest school in football history. It's like big name, big stadium. It'd be a good place to coach.
I mean,
good place to go.
He has – he does have a pretty good record here. I'm looking at it. Just in case you think we prepare for these podcasts, we don't. Kyle Whittingham, let's see, decade-plus coaching career at the University of Utah. He has, what was his record here? It was 177 at Utah and 88 with 11 bowl wins.
Yeah.
He did win Coach of the Year in 2019. Bobby Dodd, Coach of the Year in 2019.
Won the Pac-12, which I mean,
and Pac-12
not
Coach of the Year.
Not that impressed, but
what about Coach O, man? I'm just kidding. 2019.
Hey, that's a. Is that Pac-12 Coach of the Year though? That is Pac-12.
It is. It's both. He won all of them. He won Pac-12 and Bobby Dodd Coach of the Year.
Okay. How in the world did he win that year?
Well, because probably what he stepped into and probably
that could be a fair
dealing with probably circumstances and stuff like that. I mean, if you take could
have been a lot of injuries or something like that.
Yeah. To be fair, look, Coach O is not the greatest coach ever.
Well, also
he just happened to have the greatest team ever.
I mean, you could have literally had like a freaking robot coaching that team that year, and like just calling generic plays, and they still probably would have been undefeated.
But man, I'm impressed. He led Utah to 10 plus wins and 10 straight seasons. I mean, you're talking about like
that's big.
That's really big. Yeah. That's numbers like Georgia and Alabama right there. Yeah. And I'm not saying they're in a different conference. Let's be real. But still,
Utah plays some pretty good names every year though. They have some pretty good schedules.
Yeah,
they keep it competitive. They're one of the ones. One of the schools that will. So
yeah. So I'm gonna say that he's won in the Mountain West, Pac-12, Big 12. I'm going to say that this is a pretty good one. Especially for – here's the thing about it that's crazy is you've got him being hired so quickly in a very odd situation from Utah. And then you've got what happened with Penn State, and they took forever. My goodness, it's coming down on her.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was supposed to rain.
Yeah, well, it's raining now.
Wow.
Yeah, don't know if y'all can hear that, but it's raining hard.
Yeah.
So I say, I think I'm going to go. Man, considering the situation that they were put in, they were not planning on replacing their coach. All that went on. I'm going to put this one as an A-.
A-.
I'm going to say A-, man. That's not bad.
I'll agree. I was thinking B something. I'll go A- with you. That's a good. I think, because of what you're saying is, okay, dude's been a solid coach for several decades. So it's like, and then to pick him up last minute like that.
That's quick.
That's a good pickup. So.
I think Penn State can learn something from that. My goodness.
All right, who we got next? We could just keep going down the big Penn State since we were talking about them.
Yeah, I guess we'll go to Penn State. Let's do that.
We can rapid fire some of these. I could care less about some of them.
Yeah, Penn State. Look, I almost want to give you an F just for how long it took. You were the first to fire your coach.
Terrible.
And you took forever to where there was literally no big names left in a sense. And I know Matt Campbell is a good coach. I don't think he's great. I just to make that move so early on and then to come through all of it with Matt Campbell just seems like a disappointment. Matt Campbell's been around for a while, though.
Yeah, he's a decent coach, but I would go just in general, like I would lean probably towards like a C or something, just because of like you were saying of you're a big name school, and it took you were one of the last to get a hire. It's like that just. I lose faith in you as a program. So thinking of like going forward, I'm like, even if he's a great coach, I'm like, I feel like it just shows, something's wrong with the program up there.
Yeah. I think that it's funny when I pull these guys up and I'm trying to pull up their records and stuff. Mm-hmm. It always has their wife.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
See what his wife looks like. Oh, that might change my rating. Yeah, let's see what this guy's wife looks like.
What was you thinking, C?
I said C.
Yeah, I think C is about right. I don't think he's the greatest. I don't think he's the worst. It's just, man, it's just like all that. Anyway, let's move on. I don't need it. Penn State, you did terrible.
Michigan State, I don't really care. I'm like, you can,
Michigan State,
have your one game a year against Michigan that you try to.
We don't have to rank all these anyway. I don't really care about them, quite honestly.
No.
Maybe we should just. Okay, he's from Northwestern, maybe? Let me see here.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I guess he was Northwestern. Yeah, okay. He was Northwestern's, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So here's his overall record. 110 and 101.
Yeah.
Man, considering that.
5-5 in bowls.
Okay, just consider this about Michigan State. That's where Nick Saban's from.
Dude, that's crazy.
Okay, so it's like, it's just hard. Like, they've had some good teams and some good coaches. This one is definitely C. I mean,
I was going to go C minus.
Yeah, C minus.
C minus.
I'm good with that.
On this, because, I mean, just, dude might be great. Who knows? But just looking at it right now, it's like I'd go pretty low. But who we got next?
I'm going to go with Virginia Tech.
Oh, that's a good one.
Virginia Tech. You want to talk about, like, okay, I'm not real big into, like, oh, they fit and that stuff.
Yeah.
This one's a fit.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think that Virginia Tech, Hokies, man, like that one right there, James Franklin, I think will have a great time there. I think that, look, you're in the ACC. What else could you ask for?
Yeah.
Because you got the easiest way to the college football playoffs, apparently.
Yeah.
It's a terrible conference. And look at what he did. You know, you can dog on him at Penn State and stuff like that, and that's fine. Like, he didn't overperform at Penn State at all. But look at what he did at Vanderbilt.
Yeah. Well, he didn't overperform this year. Like
No, he did terrible this year.
Yeah, last year they were great. The previous years, Penn State was in the runnings.
But it's all about championships.
Yeah,
now.
I know. It's like he fumbled the bag this year, but it's like I don't know. I don't even know if you can fully blame him. I don't. You'll have to see what kind of happens with Virginia Tech.
What's interesting about him is I haven't figured out if he's good in the new era yet.
Yeah.
The NIL era and stuff like that. But that's what makes me think that maybe he could be good at Virginia Tech for them.
I think he will be.
It's not like that's the biggest, people pushing, like the biggest checks across the table to players and stuff.
Yeah.
But I just think back of what he did at, somewhere like Vanderbilt before NIL ever existed.
Yeah.
And he's good. So I'm going to say for Virginia Tech, I'm going to give you an A. I'm going to give you an A.
That's what I was leaning to. And like I said, just even with thinking of like Penn State, it's like, oh, well, Penn State fired him and stuff. And it's like, but we were just talking about Penn State. Like, it could be more than just the coaching. That's why I was saying that. It could be more than him by looking at how long it took them to hire another coach.
Yeah.
I'm like, it could be some internal stuff more than it is just one guy, But who we got next?
Yeah. Let's move on. We're not going to deal with the Big 12 because I
don't even care about the Big 12. Yeah. Big 2 or whatever.
Yeah, man.
The Big 12.
Look, let's just stick to the SEC now.
All right.
We did SEC. Arkansas. Let's go to the Kentucky Wildcats. Look, I don't know anything about.
You want to start at Kentucky and work our way up?
That's fine.
That would be good.
Kentucky Wildcats, Will Stein, I don't know anything about you. I'm sorry. If you're Oregon OC, you're probably decent at play calling. Have you ever been a head coach? I don't know. Look, this is just off of our knowledge, just the layman's knowledge.
Yeah.
I don't know everything there is about this guy.
I don't keep up with Oregon's offensive coordinators very much.
For a new head coach like job coming from an OC from somewhere like Oregon, you got a lot to prove. I thought Mark Stoops did great there at his time. It's kind of a hard one to deal with because I think that Kentucky has never been a great football team.
No.
And he actually made them competitive a lot of years. Again, NIL, though. Is he performing in the NIL? And I think that hit him, and I think it's just a different world now. I don't know if this guy's going to do any better than Mark Stoops. Are you going to give him the money to compete? Are you going to give him the players? I don't know. I don't even know enough about this guy. Let's be honest.
I'd say C too, just because it's like, I don't know.
If I don't know about you.
I mean, Oregon's offense is good, but it's like, I don't know. But you're, like you said,
you're sitting behind these head coaches that are really good.
And then, hate to break it to you, any Oregon fans or whatever like that, but Kentucky's going to be playing in a different level than some of Oregon's schedules. Not always.
For sure.
Not always. Oregon has tough schedules here and there, but they get a lot more cupcake games than Oregon's offense against Georgia or, Alabama, LSU, all these things. It's like, okay, let's see what that looks like.
We're in the realm now to where everybody thinks that they have to be national championship people. And somewhere like Kentucky that I hate to say this is going to sound like you should never think this way. You're a basketball school.
You are a basketball school.
And to expect to be competitive like that, if you're not willing to back it, I mean, look at your facilities. Look at your.
You're not an SEC school.
You're not. I just switched to night mode. Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
Kentucky would do real good in the ACC.
Yeah, no joke.
Or the Big 12 or something. It is that of, hey, they're great in basketball, phenomenal in basketball, but it's like, like you said, just look at they're one of those teams of when you see the game, like when you turn on the TV and it's at Kentucky and you just look at their stadium and you're just kind of like, okay, nobody cares about the football there.
I think I almost look at them. It's like, what do you expect? I almost want to give you a D for this hire just because of who do you think you are?
What are you going to do?
Dude, Mark Stoops did great for that school. Yeah. But anyway, it's a different era, and he really didn't have great years after, here recently. But okay, this one's gonna be tough because. All right, look, I will be honest. Everybody knows this. I'm an LSU fan. That has nothing to do with what I'm about to say right now. I would say this about any team.
Yeah.
I think I can separate myself from it enough.
Well, I'm a nobody fan, so on this besides Arkansas, out of either of these two,
this is gonna sound rough. I have to go D. Because here's the reason. It seemed like a desperate move. Ole Miss had the time. Look, they should have known. Their AD should have known Lane Kiffin wasn't staying, and the way that they handled it, there was no way he could stay.
Yeah, they didn't even give him the option to stay.
Yeah, it was almost like, hey, you got to make the decision now. You can't finish coaching or anything. Who knows if Lane Kiffin would have been allowed to stay to coach through all that he might have decided to stay. Who knows?
Yeah.
LSU was sitting there saying they're willing to wait on
the national championship and was like, no, it's worth staying. Which I don't even think – I think it was genuine when he's like, I haven't made up my mind. But – what people are forgetting, they're blaming Lane Kiffin, and I understand, like, he's done stuff in the past, whatever. Yeah. It's like, whatever.
I'm not saying it's all great.
Yeah. It's like, you could go through the list of these coaches and probably find similar. It's just he's more in the spotlight because he's good, because he's really good. And, but it's like I remember us having this conversation. I was like, they left him no option. Like, I wouldn't want to stay when you're coming out and pretty much threatening me and saying, hey, you have to, and I get why they needed him to make a decision, but at the same time
they made it public.
They should have just sat back and said pretty much, hey, we're going to give you this contract, sign this contract, look like, and just be grateful for the fact of you're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You were almost undefeated.
The issue I have with the way that they handled it, and honestly, the AD should be fired over this.
He should. Yeah.
Because he made public what shouldn't have been public. Lane Kiffin was not trying to make anything public. Okay, he wasn't going to sit there. He just wasn't giving you the typical coach speech of like, I'll definitely be here next year. He just wasn't answering questions.
And anyone who's like, well, he should have done, like, we could go through the list of almost all these coaches did that. The ones who've left, who we've talked about, who've left their school to go to another school of going. I mean, you could go through interviews of where when their name was thrown up, I'll be here next year.
Would you rather dishonesty? Like, would you rather him say, no, I'm definitely staying, and then at the last minute pull the rug from under your feet?
Yeah.
The bottom line is that these discussions should have happened behind closed doors, and they should have basically not forced it. And that's why you had all this time to go find yourself a head coach, because you knew that this was coming. And if you didn't know, when the man's not willing to commit to you, even behind closed doors, not willing to commit to staying after on a playoff run, he's gone. Like, you can forget it. Have a little bit of common sense. So I'm going to give y'all a straight up D on this one.
Yeah,
because
I agree. Yeah,
this guy has proven nothing. He's mouthing off a lot, and that's fine. I like coaches who mouth off a little bit. That's fine.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is like, he's about to have his whole offensive staff ripped out from under him, and he's acting like he's doing great. LSU's lending the offensive staff to him right now.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same offensive staff, and it's like, you're about to lose all that. You got a lot to prove, man.
Yeah,
it was a desperate move.
It is
just to get another
It
coach
just came
in.
across so desperate as like this, almost this like rebound type thing of like,
wasn't
we got our hearts ripped out, so we're just gonna hire the guy who's loyal, and then it's kind of like we don't need y'all, we don't need you, and it's like, and I get it got messy or whatever like that, but I'm like, Ole Miss is who made it messy. Like, Ole Miss is who made it, for the most part, is who made it messy. And it's like, it's just crazy.
And I promise you, this is going to sound like such a homer thing. It really is just that it was handled. I think the reason why they grabbed Pete Golding so quickly was so that they could have a set coach that was already there, so that they could not have the playoff ripped out from under him. Because if they would have lost everything, if they would have lost all their offensive coaches, and none of those coaches would step back in, and they didn't know who their head coach was going to be, they probably, you don't know what they're going to do in the playoff committee. Because Florida State sat at home.
Yeah.
A few years ago.
I mean, they even made comments that they might let them.
And so in that aspect, I get it, but man, you got to think about the future. So it just seemed desperate. I don't know. Okay.
I like the D there. That's
and it might work out. Ole Miss, it might work out. He might be the greatest coach ever. I just don't know.
He could. I mean, he could be good.
I'm not saying it's all bad,
but I'm like, they're good this year because of their offense.
Yeah, it's not their defense.
Yeah, it wasn't their defense.
All right. Auburn Tigers. Alex Golesh. What?
I said, are they the Tigers? Let's say it's a solid question.
Well, we have so many Tigers now in the SEC.
Well, also, like,
it's like we have an obsession with the Cats, man. Wildcats, the Tigers. At least, hey, Arkansas fans, you have no one else has a Razorback.
Yeah,
congratulations.
And we don't ever randomly have other animals or something like some of these schools where it's like,
you're dogging on Ole Miss again.
Who are you? Who are you?
You were the Rebels. Now you're Black Bears. You were the Sharks for a little while. What are you doing?
Yeah. Who is your mascot?
Yeah. Is it just gonna be a squirrel next?
Yeah.
Goodness.
Alex
anyway,
Golesh.
Auburn Tigers. I guess they do have two different mascots too: a stinking eagle, war eagle. And
yeah, they do.
But anyway,
the war eagles and the
I'm gonna say good hire. I'm gonna say A- for Auburn to get Alex Golesh. I think it's good. I think South Florida is always a good team. Yeah, I don't have much to say here. I just think it's a good hire. I think Auburn has just been going terrible with their coaching hires.
Yeah.
And I think that this is a guy that's actually I'm not saying he's going to bring championships or nothing, but I think he's going to steady the ship there.
Yeah, he could change the. I think
think
it's
he
a
could
guy
stay-
who could change the culture. Like I said, Auburn suffers from the. Maybe it's just the A names, man. Maybe it's the A names in the SEC.
maybe.
But Auburn suffers from the same thing that Arkansas suffers from. Is it's like they beat themselves more than they get beat. If that makes it, it's like they're not. Neither of them are top tier like A-list SEC teams, but it's like they'll be competitive and they'll get your hopes up. And then they'll just rip your heart out, with some kind of like just dumb, thing that they do, like bad play calling, whatever it is, or stuff. And it's like you need that culture in there of like, hey, we can win.
Yeah.
We can win. And it's like, so I hope that's what he does. So
yeah, I think that I'm good with it. I think. What did I say it was?
Did you say A minus?
A minus.
Yeah,
I think that's a good hire.
Yeah, I think so too.
And this next one's going to be also a good hire. I think Florida Gators did fantastic okay, so a lot of people are going to point to they went after Lane Kiffin hard and they missed out on him. Yeah, but let me tell you something. John Summerall was the most sought after guy in my opinion, in the South. John Summerall was probably one of the hottest names in the South.
Yeah.
Schools besides Lane Kiffin. Like, you had Lane Kiffin, and then to me, it was like there's a lot of people at LSU that wanted John Summerall.
Yeah.
Like, that's like that would have rathered him than Lane Kiffin. Just to tell you, I mean, and if you ever seen him on the sideline, the dude's awesome.
No, he's awesome. Yeah, he is.
And I hate it because I hate the Gators.
You do.
I just absolutely look. If there's a team, I don't hate Ole Miss. I don't hate Kentucky. I hate the Florida Gators.
Yeah,
I hate them with a passion. It just makes me mad. But they got a great coach.
I'm just gonna cut to me. Just
yeah.
God, I hate the Gators too. So,
dude, anyway. But I'm actually shocked. The only reason I'm shocked that they would go after John Summerall is because typically after something fails for a school, they go complete opposite. And here they are. They go back to a Louisiana school.
Yeah.
And hire another guy from Louisiana from a lower tier team that was doing great. And they just failed with that, But so it
is interesting.
It's interesting that they didn't let it affect their it's a good hire, man.
I think it is a good hire too, yeah.
I'll put it to you this way. I would not have been upset as an LSU fan if we got John Summerall.
Yeah. I don't think the reason I agree is because I would be saying the same thing. Like if he would have went to Arkansas, I would have been thrilled.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like he and I'm happy with Arkansas hire too, but it's I think any of these schools would have been happy with him. If Florida's getting him, that means all these other schools were calling him.
Oh yeah.
It's like because Florida, LSU, someone like Michigan, even like Penn State and stuff like that. It's like
Michigan might have been calling him if they had already fired their coach.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He probably would be in Michigan,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, Florida, Michigan would be pretty. I feel like that's a level playing ground, But it's definitely all these schools gave him a phone call, because I heard his name floated. Anytime I was hearing a conversation, I heard his name being floated around.
I think that he could do good things at Florida, and I hate saying that. All right, so here's the big one. LSU Tigers with Lane Kiffin.
Yes. What are you going to rank this one?
I have to laugh because if there was any drama, this had to be the craziest hire I've ever seen in my life. Now, I can talk more about this hire than any other because I'm an LSU fan. I listen to podcasts down there and guys that really I listen to the guys that have inside information quite a bit on this stuff. Just the absolute, man, this is almost like drama. Like, I've never seen anything like this in a coaching hire in my life.
Me
but
either.
You fire a guy that, let's be honest, I do think that Brian Kelly had lost a team, but he hadn't had terrible years.
No.
I mean, he did produce like even a Heisman winner. I mean,
Yeah.
And, you know, it was just like either his offense was really good and his defense was terrible, or his defense was really good and his offense. It's just like he couldn't get it all together. He had lost the team. So, look, I don't know if like they should have fired him the way that they did that soon in the middle of the season. At the time when they did it, I really disagreed with it. But considering that they had all that time to go after their coach, I kind of agree with it more. And Lane Kiffin, look, you could talk to boosters right off the bat. Lane Kiffin was in their sights from the get-go.
Yeah.
From the very beginning. And Lane Kiffin was not happy the fact that he never got offered the LSU job the last time around. So you didn't know if he was going to like hold that against LSU or not or what. But lot of drama. They wanted Lane Kiffin. If I was just going to grade this off of they got their guy and he was the guy that was sought after more than anyone else, and because they got him and pulled off this miraculous pull out of another school when they're going to possibly the national championship and everything else.
Yeah.
If I was going to grade it from there, then yeah, you'd be A+, man. They pulled it off. I think Lane Kiffin's a great hire. I think I'm going to enjoy seeing him coach there because if anything else, his X account will provide so much entertainment.
Yeah.
I'm going to go A, but I'm going to go A-. Only because he does have his issues sometimes with some of the play. Like, he gets so aggressive in the most important times. You know, and sometimes that loses some games. But he was 11-1 this past year, so I'm not going to hold it against him at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
So it's definitely an A. I think that he's proven and he's learned a lot over the years. I think that he has settled down. I know a lot of people think that he's not loyal and stuff like. Look, man, that guy. If you hear him in interviews and stuff like that, I don't think he is the guy that people try and make him sound like. I just don't. Listening to him, I just think that he's a guy that's just trying to be somewhere he wants to be with his family and everything else.
Yeah.
I don't care. And for people that say, you know, as an LSU fan, he's going to do the same to you. He's going to leave you. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
It's a job. He has every right to leave. If he wants to leave, leave. Like, that's fine. He stays for 2 years. He stays for 2 years. He stays for a year. He stays. I don't care. I still put it at A-.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it's hard to, whether you like the whole all the drama and stuff like that. Like, you know, nobody really likes it. I don't even think Lane Kiffin was like, neither of the teams were thrilled about how it went down. You know, I'm sure LSU didn't enjoy it. They were happy that they got Lane Kiffin, but
they loved coming out looking like the golden child.
I know, which is crazy because it's LSU.
It's LSU, and yet they were sitting there telling Kiffin, we'll wait for you to coach.
Yeah.
If you want to coach through the playoffs and get your we'll wait. And then when he gets hired on to LSU, they said, oh, by the way, if Ole Miss wins any games, we're going to pay you what you would have got.
Yeah, they gave him his bonus.
They're giving him the bonuses off of what if they win the national championship, he gets paid for that.
That's crazy.
Not only that, LSU allows the whole offensive staff that's now at LSU to go back and help Ole Miss win.
Yeah.
And Ole Miss is
which
got an attitude towards LSU, and I think it's hilarious. It's almost like we're patting them on the head.
Yeah.
Like,
literally.
Like, hey, it's going to be okay, little brother.
Yeah, like you're giving them a little hug, a little pep talk.
I know it's going to make people mad. I don't care.
It's just true. It's just true. Like I said, it's really sad when Ole Miss is the team that looks bad, and like LSU is the team that looks. I'm like, because when you hear, you know, you go to LSU and you hear their chants and stuff like that, you would never think this is the organization that's gonna like, hey, we're just gonna keep our mouths shut,
right?
You know, keep it tame. So, but yeah, I agree. I think A higher, kind of all the same thing you said is one. I think it'll just be fun to watch him play, or him play his.
Hey, that would be fun too.
That would be. He gets his offense is just him. He's just gonna start being on the field. But no, it'll be cool to see him. You know,
it'll be interesting.
It's gonna be exciting this next year too, because you know It's the most SEC thing you can do too. It's just to hype up all the drama and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And this LSU Ole Miss matchup, the LSU Tennessee
It's the
matchup.
first SEC game next year.
I know, and
at Ole Miss.
game day is going to be there.
Oh, dude, it's
going to
sick.
be a hyped up game, and it's going to be fun. It's gonna be some. I have a strong feeling that they're going to have to be pulling players off of one another and all that. It might be.
They might have to be pulling
fun.
coaches off of one another for all we know. I don't know. Like they're going to have to stay way off site and provide security because.
Oh yeah.
I think. By the way, just an aside. Did you see the post that went viral for Lane Kiffin? A couple days ago.
Yeah, the grocery store trip. Yeah, I did see.
I'm sorry.
You can pull it up if you want.
That's too good.
There's no audio for it.
I don't have the audio, but it is hilarious. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just go look it up.
Yeah.
This man makes $13 million a year, and he walks in with the hand basket from the store that he just bought groceries. I think they're on vacation, so he just and
just proves that man doesn't grocery shop for himself.
well, it's funny because he was at the bowl game, the LSU bowl game, and being interviewed, and he's like, all the men that don't ever shop were at the store that day. It's like they didn't know what to do. And he said he got up there and realized, he's like, how am I supposed to corral all of my groceries without a basket, and you're charging me for bags? So he didn't want to get charged for bags, so he just took it. And he said, my daughter wasn't supposed to post that video, but she did. And then he said, we brought the basket back. Because I was wondering, I was like, man, people are going to get up in arms, but he didn't
All
bring
those
the basket back.
Mississippi residents are going to be like,
they were calling the police.
He's a thief. Call
They
him.
were calling the police at the beach. Like, go get this guy, man. He stole a basket. Anyway.
Hey, something about Mississippi, like, what's with them stealing stuff, because they stole the jerseys for Trinidad, and before
They
that
did,
game,
Mississippi State did,
Mississippi State, man, y'all some thieves down there. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah. But anyway, if you like this type of content, let us know. Share, whatever all that stuff is. You know what it is, man. Click on the thing, whatever. But
The thing?
What's that?
I said, the thing?
You know the thing. Do that. What everybody else says to do. Anyway, we'll catch you later. Thanks for joining us. Later.